But these, a lot of times, didn't have a shutoff on them. They were just kind of a banana clip like this, and they just, because this is a shutoff too, right there is a shutoff. But a lot of times they didn't have the handles that we have nowadays on them, so that they could take and just gravity feed it in and then shut it off. But this is, you know, you just gravity fed it. This is how you, at night when they had gas in here, they put it back in here and drained it back into the tank in the ground. So you just set on a tank in the ground over a tank. But you just put in as much as you wanted and gravity fed it. And that's what you paid for, is whatever they here. I mean, you could pump it full and put 10 gallons in, or you, a lot of times they just 1 or 2 gallons at a whack, you know. Because gas is like a lot of the tractors. They started them on gas and then they changed them over to kerosene or distillate or something like that because it didn't burn as hot. But they started it on gas and warmed it up, and then they switched it over to kerosene and stuff. And so they didn't, you know, gas was a byproduct really at one time. They threw a lot of it away or just wasted it because they didn't have a use for it. That's what you did. You pumped it up and then you just gravity fed back whatever you needed off of that. That's why the numbers are in there. And this didn't happen to have a light in the top of it, but a lot of these were set where there wasn't any electricity at all, you know, because you didn't, it wasn't a requirement with this because it was all hand operated. So here was right down here at the signal light on that vacant lot over there, well, on the parking lot across. And that's where this picture is taken right down, you know, but there was over here in front of the thrift store. That used to be the Buick garage. There used to be one there too, you know. Yeah. And then, like I said, the Conoco had one. I've got a picture of me, you know, like I said, on a sled in an apple box, and it's in the background. So that was when the bus station was there, and my mother and I lived above the bus station while my dad was in the service. And then Greystone was one of the last places I knew that had one. And it's gone now, but all of them, Hamilton, all of the gas stations around, at one time or another had these. And they are pretty rare today to find them. If you can find one, that's great. This one happens to be a really nice model one. I don't know how I lucked out with it, but a lot of them now just have a tab here and here and here that holds it together instead of all the screws that are tapped onto it and all this. This is a pretty heavy pump, so. But this, Wayne made quite a few different pumps. And then after, I think these became the clock face pump, which had a clock face on them. And then they went to what they call a computer pump, is kind of what we've got now. They had the rotating numbers. It's what they call a computer pump there. But it's so far from what computers are today.